The internet just witnessed something so wild, so unexpected, that even the algorithm had to sit down and take a deep breath. King Harris baby boy, yes. The same King Jr. everyone's been calling Mini King Kong just broke the internet by showing strength nobody thought possible. Forget baby's first steps. Forget baby's first words. We're talking about a toddler moment so powerful. It made bodybuilders feel insecure and sent Twitter into full-blown meltdown mode. In the clip that started it all, King JR grips his bottle like it's a championship belt and stands there like he's ready to headline WrestleMania. No wobbles, no hesitation, just raw, unfiltered baby dominance. People said, "Ain't no way that's real." Others screamed, "This kid built like he's been training with The Rock." And honestly, they might be right. That stance had confidence, muscle memory, and just enough chaos to feel supernatural. Within minutes, the video had spread faster than a Nicki versus Cardi Twitter war. TikTokers were calling him the chosen one. YouTubers were declaring it the greatest baby moment of all time. And conspiracy pages started whispering that T.I. was raising the world's first superhero. Meanwhile, King Harris was sitting somewhere grinning like, "Y'all finally see what I see." But here's the twist, this wasn't just a cute baby video. Oh no, this was a cultural reset. A Harris legacy revival. A baby bottle-powered viral earthquake that flipped the internet upside down and sparked a digital debate so loud. Even Zeus Network had to pull up a chair. Because when King Jr. stands, the whole world watches, and trust me, this time everyone's got something to say. Welcome to the madness. Welcome to Trent Tattle. The moment that clip dropped, the internet didn't just react, it exploded. You could practically hear millions of notifications going off like firecrackers. King Jr., barely big enough to fit into his own sneakers, had just stood up and held his bottle with a grip that made even grown men question their life choices. Within an hour, the clip was everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Twitter, Reddit, you name it. If it had a share button, it had King Jr. on it. The caption under the first post was simple, "He built different." And that was it. No fancy hashtags, no over-editing, just pure raw baby power. But what happened next? Pure chaos. Fans flooded the comments like it was the Super Bowl of parenting. "That baby just looked gravity in the eye and said no," one user wrote. Another said, "This ain't a baby, that's a reincarnated boxer." Someone else joked, "Put him in the next Creed movie, forget Michael B. Jordan." Within minutes, the meme machine went into overdrive. One TikTok edit had King JR's stance replayed in slow motion with the Eye of the Tiger soundtrack. Another added lightning bolts behind him like he was powering up for a WWE debut. The memes were everywhere. Baby Kong versus the internet. He stood before he crawled. The toddler takeover has begun. It was the kind of chaos only the digital world could create, part comedy, part admiration, and entirely obsession. Now here's where it gets wild. You'd think this was just a cute family moment, right? Nope, leave it to the internet to turn it into a full-blown investigation. People started claiming the clip was too perfect. They analyzed the lighting, zoomed in on the shadows, even debated whether the bottle had special baby weights. Inside, some dude on Reddit wrote a 5-paragraph essay explaining why King JR's stance defies the natural development timeline. Another swore it was AI generated. Bro, it's a baby, not a Marvel villain. But then came the plot twist. King Harris himself reposted the clip with the caption, "We raising kings, not followers." That's all it took. Boom, the floodgates opened. Half the internet started cheering like they were part of the Harris family reunion. "This the content we love to see," one fan shouted. Others turned it into motivational quotes. "If King Jr. can stand, so can you," became a viral phrase overnight. You couldn't scroll anywhere without seeing that baby's serious little face staring back like a pint-sized motivational speaker. The other half of the internet, though? Oh, they weren't having it. "Here he go again using his baby for clout," one troll said. "We get it, you trying to fix your image," another wrote. The hate comments started rolling in like clockwork. But what they didn't realize was that every ounce of criticism only made it trend more. You could feel it. The algorithm had chosen its next king. Meanwhile, T.I., the proud granddad and rap legend himself, couldn't resist joining the chaos. He reposted the clip on his story with the caption, Bloodline strong, Lil Man already standing 10 toes. Fans lost it. The memes multiplied. One had T.I. in a boxing ring with baby King Jr. holding a tiny championship belt. Another had both of them photoshopped on Mount Rushmore with the words "Legacy Built." Someone even edited the video into a fake Nike ad with the slogan, "Just stand it." But behind the jokes and viral hysteria, there was something deeper happening. People started realizing this wasn't just a random baby clip, it was a comeback moment for King Harris himself. Let's be honest, King's been through it. Core headlines, public drama. Wild social media moments, he's been dragged across the digital arena more times than anyone can count. But this time, he wasn't yelling, he wasn't trending for chaos. He was trending for family. It was almost poetic. One fan tweeted, "King Harris needed this win, his baby just saved his whole image." Another said, "This is how you flip the narrative, let your child do what your PR team couldn't." Even the gossip blogs had to admit it. This was the first time the Harris name was trending for something pure. Something positive, something viral in a good way. Tiny jumped in too. Grandma energy on full display, commenting under one post, "My Lil King King making us proud." And that's when the internet softened, even the haters went quiet for a moment. You could feel it, a rare wave of genuine love washing over the chaos. The same fans who roasted King for months suddenly turned protective. They were defending him, praising him, posting edits of the baby like he was the eighth wonder of the world. But of course, the peace didn't last long. Because nothing on the internet ever does. Out of nowhere, a random leak surfaced, an extended version of the video. This one, apparently filmed from a different angle, had a faint background voice saying, "Hold it steady, show and how strong you are." And boom, the conspiracy theories came back louder than ever. "See? It's staged." People yelled. They planned this whole thing for clout. The same video that had united everyone now became fuel for another digital war. But here's the funny thing. The backlash only made it go even more viral. You had people posting fake, and others replying, "So what?" The baby still stood up. Even the arguments were boosting engagement. And King Harris? He stayed quiet. No comment, no clapback, no live, just silence. And that silence hit harder than a response ever could. It made him look composed, focused, and for the first time in a long time mature. Behind the scenes, you could almost imagine him watching the internet argue. Sipping water, smiling like, "Y'all can talk, but we already won." By day 2, the clip had crossed over 50 million views. Major entertainment pages were writing think pieces. Headlines everywhere read, "King Jr. defies the odds. Fans call him Baby Hercules." King Harris' son becomes symbol of legacy. From chaos to clout, the Harris family redemption arc. Even the serious news outlets started covering it. A morning show anchor joked, "If this baby starts walking next week, we might need to call NASA." And while the mainstream media was playing catch-up, the fans were doing what they do best, turning everything into a trend. The hashtag KingJR challenge was born. People started filming their own babies, standing strong with dramatic music in the background. One dad even taped a fake King Jr. training camp sign above his crib. The movement had officially taken over, but here's the twist that nobody expected. Even though the internet was laughing and celebrating, there was a quiet emotional current running underneath it all. People were seeing King Harris in a new light. For once, the man who used to be the internet's punching bag was now being viewed as a proud dad with heart. "You can tell he really loves that baby," one comment said. "He looked happier than he ever been." And that's when it hit everyone. Maybe this wasn't about clout at all. Maybe this was about a young man trying to redefine himself through something real. Maybe, just maybe, this baby wasn't just standing, he was helping his father stand back up too. But hold on, the story doesn't end there. Because when you mix a viral clip, celebrity reactions, and a world addicted to drama, the next chapter always goes left. And when King JR's name hit the radar of other celebrities, things got even wilder. What started as a baby milestone was about to turn into a full-blown cultural earthquake. ChatGPT said, "The next morning, the internet woke up like it had witnessed the second coming of a legend." King JR's clip wasn't just viral anymore, it was religion. Every corner of social media had converted. The baby's strength became the new gospel and everyone wanted a piece of it. Memes, debates, fan theories, it was all there. People were comparing King JR's stance to LeBron James' pregame power pose. The joke was that even physics had to log off for the day. It was no longer about whether the baby stood. It was about what it meant that he stood. Fans started turning his clip into reaction content. Gym influencers used it in their workout edits. "This baby the reason I hit legs today," one said. Others turned it into daily motivation. "If King Jr. can stand, I can face my ex's text." The chaos was everywhere. Even fitness pages were posting quotes like "train like a King Jr., rest like a champ." It was the baby-fueled rebranding of the entire internet. For once, the timeline wasn't divided by beef, it was united by baby biceps and baby confidence. But of course, peace never lasts online. Some so-called experts began breaking down the clip like it was a political scandal. "Notice the arm tension," one guy said on TikTok. "That's muscle development unheard of in babies under 1. A YouTube physiologist claimed it was a rare but possible motor milestone. Fans didn't care about the science. They just loved the spectacle. "Man, that baby been lifting bottles filled with creatine," a commenter joked. Another said, "He built like he came out the womb doing push-ups." The memes multiplied, and each one made the baby look even more unstoppable. Then came the celebrity reactions, the internet's favorite fuel. Boosie jumped on Instagram Live laughing, saying, "That lil man finna bench press his stroller next." Within hours, his comment went viral. Snoop Dogg joined the wave, reposting the clip with his signature humor. "Lil nephew got them hustle gang genetics." When Snoop speaks, the culture listens. The clip was everywhere again. Even Zeus Network personalities couldn't resist. Natalie Nunn called King Jr. the new baby boss, while fans spammed her comments with crown emojis. What started as a clip was now a movement. As the internet raved, the skeptics came crawling back. One entertainment blog ran a headline that said, "Was King JR's viral moment planned?" People started claiming the baby was coached. Some even said the bottle was filled with sand to make it more dramatic. Others believed King Harris hired a social media strategist to time the upload. It didn't matter how ridiculous the claims were, controversy equals clicks. Suddenly, everyone was playing detective, zooming into pixelated corners of the video like it was the Zapruder film of the baby generation. Meanwhile, King Harris stayed silent. That silence turned into mystery, and mystery turned into fascination. Fans said, "He letting the numbers talk." Every repost, every remix, every reaction made the Harris name trend higher. T.I., proud as ever, dropped another post that said, "Legacy can't be faked." It was pure confident swagger without speaking. The internet treated it like gospel. Screenshots of his post flooded everywhere. T.I. confirming the throne, one tweet read. It was the Harris family's digital redemption arc in motion. Then, like every viral wave, the chaos mutated. The hashtag KingJR challenge was born. Users tried to recreate the baby's stance with their own kids or even themselves. Some balanced water bottles. Others lifted tiny dumbbells. One woman went viral pretending to be King JR's strength coach. TikTok couldn't get enough. The hashtag crossed 300 million views in 3 days. Everyone from gym brothers to influencers joined in. Even non-fans were forced to admit the phenomenon was unstoppable. "This ain't a video," one post said. "It's a lifestyle." But the internet never settles for one narrative. A few trolls popped up claiming King Harris was milking the moment for clout. "This ain't about fatherhood, it's about followers," one critic tweeted. Still, their negativity only boosted engagement. Every insult became a badge of honor. The loyal fanbase fought back in the comments, saying, "He's not chasing clout. He's building legacy." It was a digital civil war, and the baby was at the center of it all. But the numbers didn't lie the more people argued. The higher the clip climbed up by day 3, mainstream outlets had joined the frenzy. ET Online ran a segment calling King Jr. the baby that broke the internet. CNN tried to make it sound serious with a headline that read, "The psychology behind why we're obsessed with viral babies." Talk shows made jokes. Influencers milked reactions, and every gossip site added its spin. "This is the first time the Harris name trended for positivity," one entertainment host said. "That's a milestone in itself." The family who once dominated headlines for controversy had finally flipped the narrative, but not everyone wanted the Harris family to win. You know, Carlos Safel couldn't resist Blueface's outspoken mom jumped on live saying, "That baby ain't special." He just stood up. "Y'all act like you lifted a car." Instantly, her clip got stitched on TikTok with people clowning her. "Not Carlos's starting baby beef," one person wrote. Another commented, "She jealous 'cause her grandkid's still napping." The internet had officially made a mockery of her rant. The Harris supporters won that round easily. What came next turned the joke into a legend. A fan made an edit of King Jr. photoshopped holding a dumbbell with a caption that said, "Train like a king." It hit 1 million likes overnight. Another post showed him standing on a throne surrounded by lightning, labeled the baby god of Atlanta. Fans even started calling him Lil Hustle, a nod to his granddad's legacy. The meme energy became uncontainable. The clip wasn't just viral anymore, it was iconic. Meanwhile, King Harris' silence became its own power move. He didn't post any follow-up or explanation, which only fed the hype. People called it genius PR by doing nothing. Blogs speculated about what he'd say next. When he finally did speak, it wasn't a rant, it was one line on Instagram. "If showing love to my son is clout, then I'll take that every day." It was calm, clean, and deadly. The internet applauded. The same trolls who called it fake suddenly switched sides. "Okay, this was real father energy," one tweet said. The redemption was complete. Still, as the baby's fame grew, the stories around him got weirder. Someone started a rumor that Nike wanted to sponsor King Jr. for a baby apparel campaign. A fake news post claimed he was getting an animated series called Baby Built Different. It was nonsense, but it sold. Every new rumor made the baby's legend grow. People weren't asking if it was true anymore. They just wanted to be part of it. Because on the internet, truth doesn't matter, momentum does. By the end of the week, King Jr. wasn't just a viral baby. He was a brand, a symbol, a story that outgrew reality. The memes had turned him into mythology, and King Harris had finally found peace in the chaos. The family that once lived under headlines now controlled them. And while the internet laughed, the Harris legacy rose from the ashes, powered by one tiny bottle and a baby who decided to stand tall when no one expected him to. But if you think this is where the story ends, think again. Because every time the internet gives someone a crown, it also starts sharpening the knives. The next twist was already loading, and it would prove that even a baby's innocence couldn't escape the storm of online fame. By the time the week ended, King JR's name had become digital currency. Every scroll on every feed led back to that same clip. The baby standing with unshakable focus, holding that bottle like it carried the secrets of strength itself. It didn't matter if you were a fan, a hater, or just someone bored at work, everybody had an opinion about the baby built different. You could feel it in the air. This wasn't just a meme anymore, it was a movement. The clip hit 400 million views in less than 7 days. Entire podcasts dedicated whole episodes to decoding what they called the phenomenon of King Jr. One host said, "This baby did more for King Harris' image than a whole PR agency could." Another laughed and replied, "Nah, forget that, this baby might get his own Netflix deal." The comments under those episodes were pure chaos. "Baby PR agency when?" One user joked. "Give him the Grammy for Best Standing Performance," another wrote. The joke was everywhere, but the truth behind it was simple. People were obsessed. Then came the so-called leak. A short, blurry clip surfaced from someone claiming to be part of the Harris circle. It showed a longer version of the same day, just King Harris hyping his son up, saying, "You got this, lil man." There was nothing scandalous about it, just a proud dad moment, but the internet did what it always does. Twisted it. He staged it. Some yelled. He told the baby to stand. As if a 6-month-old had a director's script. Comment sections turned into courtroom debates. One person wrote, "Even if he did, it's still iconic." Another replied, "Bro, the baby didn't sign a contract." While the masses argued, King Harris posted nothing. His silence became louder than any caption. Fans started calling it the calm flex. Every time a gossip page threw shade, someone under the comments wrote, "He too busy raising the legend to reply." The vibe shifted again, this time from controversy to admiration. Even the skeptics couldn't help but notice how composed he seemed. The man who used to snap at critics now acted like he'd finally found peace. I reappeared with another bombshell quote. Real kings don't explain themselves, they build empires. That line exploded across the internet like wildfire. It was reposted by motivational pages, rappers, athletes, and even moms. Everyone wanted a piece of that energy. Empire energy became a mini hashtag trend. Suddenly, the whole Harris family was trending as a symbol of resilience, something nobody thought possible 6 months ago. Meanwhile, parody accounts began appearing, claiming to be King JR's official baby trainer. One posted a fake workout plan with captions like 2 bottles before breakfast, 5 squats after nap time. People loved it. Every parody made the original story feel even bigger. There were fan pages selling mini King Kong hoodies. Etsy sellers couldn't keep up. A joke had turned into an online economy. Someone even dropped a song titled Stand Like King, a trap anthem sampling the baby's giggle. It went viral overnight. Mainstream media couldn't ignore it anymore. CNN ran a segment called The Viral Power of Baby King Jr. A psychologist tried to explain why people found it so captivating. It's innocence meeting spectacle, she said. It reminds people of strength and simplicity. But fans online didn't care about psychology, they cared about legacy. To them, this wasn't science. It was storytelling. They saw King Harris as the comeback kid and King Jr. as the symbol of that rebirth. It was redemption wrapped in diapers. Still, controversy wasn't done with them. A tabloid claimed the Harris family had signed a deal with a baby brand worth 7 figures. No proof, no source, just the headline, the baby that made millions. Within hours, Twitter was ablaze. Some cheered, saying, "Secure the bag, baby king." Others raged, "See? All for profit." The Harris name was everywhere again, and that was exactly the point. Whether true or not, the family had become the storyline everyone couldn't stop following. King Harris finally spoke again, this time through a calm, simple video. Sitting beside his son, he said, "We didn't plan nothing. We just proud. Y'all turned our moment into a miracle, and I'm grateful." His tone was soft, real, human. For a man once known for chaos, that calm confidence hit different. The comments section turned into a flood of support. "That's growth. He sounds happy. This the king we wanted to see." In a single minute, he turned criticism into applause. Became the celebrity cosign that sealed the deal. 50 Cent posted the video on his page with the caption, "Lil Man got more discipline than most rappers." That was it. Game over. Every entertainment outlet picked it up. Fans declared, "If Fifth approves, it's official." The clip became part of pop culture history. The phrase, "built different," was now synonymous with the Harris dynasty. But deep beneath the laughter, there was an undeniable truth forming. The internet had accidentally created a hero. King Jr. represented something bigger than a viral clip. He was proof that innocence could outshine scandal. In a digital world that feeds off negativity, this moment felt pure. For once, people were rooting for someone to win instead of waiting for them to fall. The timeline, for a brief second, had heart again. Even as new memes and new scandals appeared, the legend of King Jr. refused to fade. Every time another celebrity posted something dramatic, someone replied, "Drop your baby's PR team." The joke lived on because it was bigger than humor, it was hope. It showed how fast things can change when the narrative flips. The same internet that once dragged King Harris now celebrated his name in every caption. Every remix, every edit. By month's end, fan pages had tracked King JR's rise like a charting artist. Day 1, 100K views. Day 30, 1 billion plus. Even the skeptics had no choice but to admit this wasn't an accident. It was history. The Harris family had pulled off one of the biggest image turnarounds in digital memory. A viral clip had turned into a full-blown empire. King Harris went from being the internet's favorite punchline to the internet's proudest father. The clip started conversations that had nothing to do with fame. Dads posting their own baby milestones, families bonding over memes, people reminding each other that strength can come from love. King Jr. unknowingly sparked a new internet era, one that blended chaos with positivity. The online world didn't just watch. It felt something. For a brief shining moment, humanity returned to the algorithm, and then, Right when the hype seemed to quiet down, King Harris posted one last cryptic message on Instagram. Every king learns to stand before he learns to rule. The internet froze again. It was poetic, symbolic, and dangerously viral. People speculated that a new project was coming, maybe a show, maybe a documentary. Nobody knew, and that mystery kept them watching. What started as a simple baby milestone had become a modern-day legend. King Jr. wasn't just a child, he was a cultural moment. His bottle became a symbol of resilience, his stance a metaphor for strength, and his name the new language of internet legacy. The world hadn't just watched him grow, they grew with him. Because sometimes, it doesn't take a scandal or a headline to break the internet. Sometimes it takes a tiny hand gripping a bottle and reminding millions that power doesn't always shout, it stands. And King Jr. stood taller than anyone expected. And there you have it, the baby that broke the internet and rebuilt a legacy. King Jr. didn't need a verse, a scandal, or a PR stunt. All it took was one stand, one grip, and one moment of unshakable strength that made the whole world stop scrolling. While rappers argue, influencers fake meltdowns, and stars chase relevance, this baby did the unthinkable. He went viral for being real. But now the question is yours. Was this pure fatherhood magic? Or the smartest accidental rebrand in celebrity history? Did King Jr. just prove that legacy runs through DNA, or did the internet overreact like it always does? Drop your theories below, because if there's one thing we know, the comments on this story are just as legendary as the clip itself. If you laughed, if you screamed, "Ain't no way that baby real," or if you secretly replayed that clip 5 times just to believe it, smash that like button like it owes you money. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, and stay locked in. Because this is Trend Tattle, where we don't just spill the tea, we drown in it. We break stories before they cool off, expose chaos before it trends, and turn celebrity moments into viral history. And remember, the internet never sleeps. One minute you're watching a baby hold a bottle, the next you're witnessing a digital dynasty rise. So keep your eyes open, your notifications on, and your popcorn ready, because tomorrow's scandal is already uploading. This is Trend Tattle, signing off, where every like fuels the madness. Every share sparks a rumor, and every king, no matter how small, learns to stand before he learns to rule. And before he learns to rule.